Hello, everyone. Good evening. So now we'll be starting with the session. Good to see all of you here. To see a lot of academicians joining the session. Uh, Okay, so let's start the session. Next education team, if you can please stop sharing the screen.
Excuse me, ma'am. Now you can share your
Yeah,
screen.
I've shared the screen. I've shared the screen.
Sure.
Hope all of you can see my screen, right? Okay, kindly let us know in case you're not able to see the screen. Okay, so as we all know that the topic for today's webinar, that is STEM in action, engaging young innovators from concept to creation. Okay, so we'll start with a short icebreaker activity. Um, Someone has any query? Okay, great to see a lot of excitement for the session. Okay. Nisha ma'am, do you have a query? You've raised your hand. Okay, let me stay. Fine. We'll continue with the session. Yes, Atira ma'am, do you have any query? Start with the session. Yeah. So as I was saying that, we start with a short icebreaker activity. Okay. First of all, let's discuss on the topic. STEM in action. Let's just break the topic into parts, right? So STEM in action, we'll talk about it a little later, right? Now, let's have a discussion on the second subpart of the topic, that is engaging young innovators from concept to creation. So what do you understand by this? I should have slide again. It's engaging young innovators from concept to creation. Engaging young innovators from concept to creation. What do you understand by this? Yes, Tasif ma'am. You're saying something. Anyone would volunteer? Please let me know your thoughts on this. You all can hear me, right? Let's have an interactive session. It's more of a discussion, right? Okay, I think Dikha ma'am has mentioned on that. Okay, hands-on activity based on the each concept to have deep understanding. Perfect. Okay, creating something new from the learned concept. Perfect. Great. So we as academicians or teachers, we don't want our student to just learn the concept, right? We want them to create something, to understand it practically. So basically, it's important to create something out of the concept which they have learned. This is how they will practically understand the topic. They will understand the topic in depth. Otherwise, it will just end in forgetting the topic after the exams are over. So this is what the topic is about. Now, here's in the slide, you can mention there's a slide on scenario reflection, right? You all can see here. Okay. So here are short scenarios. You all can pitch in your own scenarios as well. Okay. So identify the concepts involved in the following scenarios. Any one of you can volunteer and read the first scenario.
Students are given a set of seeds and a small pot. They must plant the seeds, track how much they grow over time, and figure out how to care for them. They will also record their observations.
So can any one of you tell me like, what are the concepts which are involved in this scenario? The concepts. So this is a particular scenario which ma'am has read, right? Now, what are the concepts involved in this particular scenario? There are a lot of concepts, right? It is just one scenario, but it includes a lot of concept. We cannot say that in this scenario only one concept is there. Can we say that only one concept is there?
Germination.
Germination.
Okay. Seed germination. Okay, that is one concept. Perfect.
Photosynthesis.
Okay. We can say that. Yeah. Okay. Any other concept you can think of?
Data analysis.
Okay. That also can be done because they are tracking the
Multisensory
data, right?
learning.
How much they grow. Pardon now?
Multisensory learning.
I didn't get it. Can you repeat again?
Yeah, I
Multi.
think it is a multi-sensory learning, ma'am.
Organizing the thing.
Okay. Okay. That can also be there. Perfect. So there are a lot of concepts you all have mentioned, right? It's just one scenario. Can we see, can we, we can directly say, most of the concepts are from science subject, right? Can we have, is there any other subject apart from science involved in this scenario?
Measurement in mathematics.
Yeah, because this is something related to data. So we can say mathematics, right? Or data analytics. Perfect. So one scenario, so many subjects and so many concepts, right? Perfect. Okay. Anyone can volunteer and read the second scenario. Anyone?
Imagine students are tasked with building a tower using only spaghetti, tape, and string. They are
Yes.
they are told the tower must be as tall as possible, but still hold a certain weight. They must plan and test their design.
Yeah. So the same question, but the scenario is different, right? Can you answer this? It's the same thing. Identify the concept involved in this scenario. So this is the scenario, like you have to imagine students are tasked with building a tower. Using spaghetti, tape, and string, they are building a tower. Or using a newspaper, they have to build a tower. Okay, they are told the tower must be as tall as possible, but still hold a certain weight. So they have to plan. First, the planning part is there, right? They have to plan and they have to test their design. So what are the concepts involved in this particular scenario?
The design is there, the designing
Design
concept.
process. Stability,
Okay.
ma'am.
Stability. Okay, perfect. Very good. Anything else?
Geometry.
That is indirectly to the engineering concept. Yes.
Balancing of the things which they are making for tower.
Yes, they have to take into consideration so many factors before planning their design. Perfect. Anything else? So what subject is particularly involved in this scenario?
Mathematics.
Maths, science.
Okay.
Ma'am, it could be math, science, even art also. Even
Yes.
art designing.
Perfect.
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
they are building a tower using
Yes, ma'am.
tape and string. It's like as per their own creativity, they can build a tower. So we can say, like Sir rightly pointed out, we can say it's a part of art integration activity as well. So in the earlier webinars, we had discussion on art integration, interdisciplinary activity, right? This is also one example of art integration activity. Plus interdisciplinary as well, because it is involving multiple subjects, right? You said maths, you said science. So multiple subjects are being involved. So it's an interdisciplinary activity, or we can say an art integrated activity as well. Okay. Now, understanding STEM. Now, we have been conducting a lot of webinar on STEM. So, STEM, as we all know, that STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Okay, it focuses on interdisciplinary learning because we can see multiple subjects are being involved while learning the STEM concept, right? So, while learning STEM concept, they can learn interdisciplinary concepts as well. Okay, it encourages hands-on learning. So that is a topic of our webinar today, like, encouraging young innovators from concept to creation. Okay, and creation can best be done while integration of so many concepts. This is how the students will understand, multiple subjects are integrated. They will have a practical understanding of the subject. So it can be better explained through STEM concepts. STEM-based activities are the best activities for hands-on learning and for understanding the transition from concept to creation. Now, the next point is it gives emphasis to experiential learning, right? It prepares students for the future of work. It encourages students to design, test, fail, and improve. Students can experiment things. They will learn from their mistakes, right? Once they have created a plan, now something is not working or there's a minor mistake. So I can just change something in my plan, right? This is how I can improve. Students can take feedback from their peers, from the teachers. So this results in their overall personality development as well. Apart from having an in-depth knowledge of the subject. Now, why hands-on STEM activities? So education must evolve from knowledge consumption to knowledge construction. Only knowledge consumption is not sufficient, right? It should result in knowledge construction as well. They have to do something constructive. Otherwise, they will forget the concept. And we don't want that, right? We want smart learners. Even after passing out from schools, they should have that in-depth understanding. They should know how to practically apply the subject, right? Apply the concept which they have learned in the classroom. STEM enables 21st century skills. Now, we all know as per CBSE, there are different types of 21st century skills, right? We have critical thinking, we have creativity skills, we have collaboration-based activities, then flexibility skills, leadership skills, initiative, productivity, social skills, information, media, technology literacy. These are all 21st century skills which the students will start applying when they're doing STEM-based activity. And this is what we want from the students, right? We want smart learners. Okay. And even NEP 2020 promotes experiential and competency-based learning. Now, STEM activities design cycle. So, we all know, whenever students are planning for a project, they first have to ask a real world question. The first is always asking the question your product will solve. Whatever product they are thinking of creating, first ask the question like, what is actually the problem? What type of problem can my product solve? Is there, okay, any query? You all can hear me, right? Perfect. Yeah, Ashwani, teacher, do you have any query?
No, ma'am, it's okay. Everything is going fine.
You raise your hand. No, that's
Yes,
okay.
sorry.
Okay, no worries, no worries. Okay, yeah. Perfect. So first of all, they have to ask a question, right? Like, what will my product, what is the problem my product will solve? Okay, what actually my product will do? There are a lot of questions which has to be answered, right? Then the student can explore and design the solution. That is, they can do the designing part, the planning part, right? And after the planning part, they can create the prototypes. Prototype is just a basic model before creating the final one. So they can create the prototype, they can share it with their, they can ask feedback from their peers, they can ask feedback from their teachers, like how they can improve the model, and then they can apply those improvement to their prototype, and they can finally get the final model. Now, as we all know, like, yes, we're teaching a lot of concepts to the students, right? And most of us will be conducting a lot of project-based activities with the students. All of you are conducting project-based activities with the students, right? That was just a traditional way of learning, which we had earlier. The teacher used to come, she used to write something on the blackboard. Students used to learn it. Students just used to copy paste, copy everything which is there on the blackboard. They used to put it in their notebook. They used to learn it and then come and then be prepared for the examination. That was just a traditional way of teaching, right? So now we all want students to learn through creating projects. This is how they will know how to practically apply the concept, right? And they will never forget the concept because they have done it practically. Okay. So these are just some examples. Okay. If you all want, you all can share a lot of examples here. Okay. So these are some examples on real school concepts or real projects. Like, for example, the concept here, as you all can see in the table, right? The concept is soil types. Now, traditional teaching, like as I also mentioned a few minutes ago, right? Traditional teaching is just like, they're just memorizing. These are the different type of soil types. That's it, right? Now, experiential learning, project-based learning, how we can conduct while teaching this particular concept to the students, right? So this is just one activity. They can test water retention in different soils using cups and water. Okay, so using cup and water, they can test the water retention in different soils. So this is one hands-on activity. Second concept is simple machines. Now, traditional teaching is just learning the definition, like what is machine? What are the functions of machines? So they're just learning the definitions, right? Sample hand-on activity, for example, they can build a working lever. They can build a pulley or inclined plane from classroom materials. This is how they will understand it, These are the simple machine we have seen around us. So this is just they will learn about designing simple machines, okay, through classroom materials. Then one concept, like for example, we have electricity. Now, traditional teaching is like they're just drawing circuit diagrams, right? Now, sample hand-on activity is they can build a working electric torch with wires, cells, and switches, like understanding the concept practically. Now, another concept is area or perimeter, right? Traditional teaching will be just, they are learning the formulas. They're solving the equation with the help of formula. They're solving the area. They're calculating the area perimeter with the help of the formula, mathematical formula, right? Sample hands-on activity can be like, they're creating cardboard shapes. They're actually doing it practically. They're creating cardboard shapes and they are measuring the area using graph paper, etc. Right? Any queries here? This is clear, right? Okay. So we have discussed a lot of concepts and how we can actually conduct hands-on activities based on these concepts. Now, here's a task for you. Okay, these were just, in the previous slide, we just discussed a few examples, right? Now, the task is like, if you could bring a textbook concept to life. Okay, suppose you have to bring a textbook concept, any concept which you're teaching the students right now, right? If you want that concept to life, what hands-on STEM activity would you design to make it unforgettable for your students? Let me have a lot of responses, either verbally or through chat. So all of you can see the slide, right? If you could bring a textbook concept to life, what hands-on STEM activity would you design to make it unforgettable for your students? Let's have the answers. We all know about STEM concepts, right? Okay. Sabha ma'am has mentioned in
One
chat.
mini water cycle in a bag, ma'am.
Pardon ma'am?
Mini water cycle in a bag.
Water cycle in a bag, you're saying?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, can you elaborate on this, ma'am? This seems a good, interesting activity, ma'am.
Yeah, I'll elaborate it, ma'am.
Yes, yes, yes. And you'll mention in chat or sing it verbally?
I'll say it verbally, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
First, we have to fill a Ziploc bag with little water, and then we
Yeah.
have to add blue food coloring over it, ma'am. Then we have to tape it to a sunny window outside. Then we have to watch the water rain inside the bag over hours or days. If we keep like that, we could see that. And why it sticks is that students will observe the entire cycle in real time. They will observe and they'll find it why it sticks.
Great, great. So this activity includes the STEM concepts, right?
Yes.
The water cycle, that is the science concept. Then technology, like the materials ma'am will be using, right? Then engineering concept, the type of cup ma'am will be using to show that thing to the students, to show that phenomena to the students. And mathematical skills will also be there, right? The measurement of the cup, the area, how much water she will be required, how much quantity of water she will be requiring. That will be the mathematical concept, right? So this is a good example now of STEM concepts. Yes. Okay. I've got a lot of responses on chat as well. Okay. I think here, okay, we've got a lot of responses. Science and arts. Okay. Math, science and arts. Okay. Yeah. Vegetative reproduction in plants. Yes, ma'am. So, Sabha, ma'am, how will you show it practically to the students? That's a concept, right? That's a good concept, and we can show it practically, right? With the help of STEM concepts. Sabha, ma'am, you're there. Okay. Okay, so Devraj sir has mentioned measurements, water consumption in the locality. Okay, it's a good STEM activity. Yeah, hands-on experience, yes. STEM-based activity includes hands-on experience. Manshu ma'am has mentioned neutralization reaction can be shown to class 7 students using phenolphthalein, acid and base. That's a lab-based activity. Okay. That can also, these lab-based activity can also involve the STEM concept, right? The one which Manshu
Excuse
ma'am
me,
has
ma'am.
mentioned. Yes, yes, Abama.
Sorry, I was not able to turn on the mic.
No, no worries,
Actually,
ma'am.
we have done it in
Okay.
the class where the whole class is divided into different groups. And
Okay.
each group is given one kind of vegetative reproduction. Like one group is given with the leaf, one is given with the root,
Okay.
and they're given a time of 1 week, and after that they have to do it practically and show it in the
Perfect.
class, and they
Yes.
have to elaborate like their observation to the whole class, to the other groups also.
Yeah, perfect. So STEM concepts are involved here. Perfect. Thank you, Sabha. Okay. Yeah, lab-based activity. Okay. Play modeling for type teeth arrangement. Okay, this seems interesting. Okay, data handling. Okay, Shilpi ma'am has mentioned data handling maths. Ask students to write names of your friends and their favorite fruits and then make a bar graph using pins and board. Perfect. That's a good activity. Rekha Ratish ma'am. Okay, simple paper airplane to understand the streamlined body of plane, which helps to reduce it. Perfect. That is also a good example of STEM activity, right? Because when they are creating a simple paper airplane, they have to use the engineering concept, how they will be designing that plane, right? Then technology concept will be there, how they will be sticking the parts, how they will be attaching the parts. So those concepts will be there. Then science concept will be there, right? And then mathematical concepts will be there. Okay, how many quantity of paper they will be requiring, what will be the size of the paper. Okay. Manish, sir has mentioned linking textbook content. Yes, Manish, sir. So if you can suggest an activity on this.
Yeah, ma'am,
Ask
sure.
sir.
Yes. Am I audible to you, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
For example, there's a topic in grade 9, scattering of light in different type of solutions.
Okay.
So what we can do, we can just prepare three solutions at home only, like a true solution, a colloidal one, like we can take milk in place of colloidal solution.
Yes.
And in suspension, we can make a sand solution. And for true solution, we can dissolve sugar in water only.
Yes.
And if we pass on light from these solutions, so we will see that true solution will not scatter that light. Milk will scatter it at the most. And that suspension one may or may not according to the size of the particle. So it can be a live experiment shown in the class only.
It's an example of a STEM-based activity as well.
Based on
STEM
STEM.
concepts.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Manish, sir. Okay. Ajay sir has mentioned water purification, like how purifier is working. Okay. So an activity can also be conducted here. It will be better, Ajay sir, if you can elaborate on this activity. But then, yeah, we can perform an activity on this. Okay. Sehanjani ma'am has mentioned balloon rocket challenge. Okay. Activity is good, ma'am. If you can also specify the concepts. The activity is based on which concept?
Yes, ma'am, I can specify the concept again.
Yes, ma'am. Are you there?
Yeah, for this balloon rocket challenge, a string would be tied tightly between 2 points, ma'am. Like we can take, for example, a chair and a chair to chair, or a wall to wall. We can tie the string. Then one straw will be threaded to the string. Then balloon can be taped again to the straw. How the activity goes is the students will blow up the balloon first, then they will hold it tight, and then they will let it go. Then they will observe the straw and the balloon zooming forward.
Okay.
How can we extend this to the deeper understanding is they will measure the distance, ma'am. They will measure the distance
Okay.
for different
Perfect.
balloon sizes they can measure. Then they
Perfect.
can
That's
also
a good
change
activity.
the straw size or balloon type to see what impact it has. Then they can predict the outcomes before testing this. Why I say that this will be unforgettable for the students is they can feel that push-pull force in action.
Yes, perfect.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. That's a very good example of STEM-based activity. That's a good activity we can conduct with the students. Okay. Ajay, ma'am. Okay. Ajay sir has suggested another activity by using soil and other things like stone and through sand. Yes, perfect. Okay. Free fall acceleration due to gravity. Okay. Scattering of light in different type of solution. Perfect. So there are a lot of activities which all of you have suggested, and all are based on STEM concepts. Light and shadow create a puppet show. Okay, perfect. That can be done. Please also mention. Okay. Okay, Sneha ma'am. Okay, it will be better if you mention the concept also. Activity is based on which concept, but activity seems interesting. Okay. Ashwini ma'am, yes, any query?
Yes, I want to explain the activity. So in the
Okay.
eighth part, there is a combustional flame. So we can
Okay.
explain the types of fire extinguisher there.
Okay.
And the light model will be like we can use baking soda and vinegar. Using the reaction, there is a production of carbon dioxide gas. This gas, how they are used in fire extinguishing, we can show lively in the class, ma'am.
Oh, perfect. That's a very good example of STEM activity. Thank you, Sita ma'am. Okay. Then Mitra sir, oh ma'am, okay, I'm sorry. Mitra teacher, okay, for classes 8 to 9, data collection and using Excel to generate bar graph. Okay. That can also be a STEM-based activity. Responsible consumption water. Why here it will be a STEM-based activity? It involves the technology concept, right? Because they're using an Excel application.
Yes, and
Yes.
Excel is required whenever and wherever in life. So a basic knowledge of Excel is good if the children has it in a very young age.
Yes. Yes, perfect. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Okay. Then data collection can be related to science data, anything, right? That can again include science
Yes.
concept.
Maybe they can collect the data from their classmates, like basic things like, what's the favorite dessert or what's the most popular dessert in the class. So that way also they can collect the basic data and then they can put the data in the Excel and then generate a bar graph to show the most popular one in that sense.
Oh. And engineering concept can be, if in case the students are planning to do something, they can make a plan in Excel spreadsheet as well.
Yes.
Okay? Any model they want to create, or they want to see the performance of the model. Okay. So, yes, Seema ma'am has mentioned responsible consumption water through water audit, SDG 12, data analysis of water consumption, representing of data purification of water. Okay. Ocean real life examples could be given like wall clocks, cars, planets, swings, etc. to explain the types of ocean. Okay, perfect. These are also good real life example to incorporate into the classroom strategy. Measuring the height of the trees and door of the classroom using a clinometer made by children. Here the concept of trigonometry is used. That's a very good activity, Sodhira ma'am. Then Premika ma'am has mentioned a nature scavenger hunt is an excellent way to get children to observe and identify shapes and pattern in their surroundings. Okay. Yeah, that is also a good activity based on STEM. It's the way how we are conducting it, right? What materials ma'am is using, etc. Okay. So thank you all for your ideas. So you've contributed a lot in this session. You've given a lot of ideas. We all have learned a lot from this session itself, right? Okay. Okay. So now here are more, a few examples. Okay. So first is water filtration project. So you can see the diagram here. Right? So concepts is filtration, gravity, environmental science. These are the concepts. And activity can be students can build simple water filters using sand, gravel, cotton, and plastic bottles. Okay, so this is another STEM-based activity. How the science concepts are being used here, right? Technology is also being used here. Like you can see how the students are attaching this pot to this bottle, right? Technology skills are there. Then engineering skill is there, the design of this, like so that, it is properly fitted to the pot, the designing part. Then mathematical skills, they have to see how many pebbles they want, the quantity of sand, charcoal, the size of the bottle, the size of the pot, so that, the bottle is easily fitted inside the pot. That includes mathematical concepts. So this is a STEM-based activity, right? The second example is sustainable architecture. So concepts can be like, sustainable design, green roofing, insulation, use of natural materials, water harvesting. Now, by seeing the diagram itself, you'll understand the activity, right? So students design and build eco-friendly house models using just simple materials, right? Cardboard, natural materials, recycled items to demonstrate energy efficiency and sustainability. And how the STEM concepts are being used? So we all know the science concept is used here, right? Technology, like how they are attaching the cardboard parts, right? This all comes under technology. What components, what devices they are using, what simple tools they are using for building this proper house. That can come under technology. Then engineering, how they are designing it, how each and every component is fitted tightly, right? So that, so you can see it is fitted in a proper way. So this all comes under engineering skills. Then mathematical skills. How much, what will be the size of the triangle which we'll be taking? What will be the size of this cardboard which we'll be taking to build the roof of the house? This all comes under the mathematical skills. So this is a good STEM-based activity. So any queries still here? So you all have already shared a lot of ideas related to creation. Okay, okay, perfect. Can you let us know in case you have any queries? Feel free to ask. Okay. The next slide which you can see here is enhancing STEM projects through robotics. Now, we have studied, we have learned, we have already seen in the previous slide, like how we are making use of different components, small, simple materials like cardboard, uh, grass, sand, so that the students can build the STEM-based project, right? Now, how we can, enhance the STEM projects through robotics. So robotics is also emerging field, right? And students should know about it. They should know about the update in technology. That is very essential nowadays for a 21st century learner, right? In 21st century skills itself, we have that literacy skills. CBC has suggested, right? There are different type of 21st century skills. We have literacy skills, we have learning skills, we have life skills. Under literacy skills, we have information, media, technology. So latest technology is something students should know about, right? It's good to learn. It's good to create STEM projects through these simple materials, right? But robotics is something which is an emerging field. Still, many of the schools are already teaching robotics to the students. So they should understand about the emerging technology, right? So let's learn about it now. Let's understand about it. I know we all know about it, so it will be an incorrect term. Let's discuss about it, right? So as you can see the slide title, concepts covered over here is client and server and packet. So all the computer science teachers over here will be aware of these concepts, right? What is a client? What is a server? What is packet switching? So these are the terminologies we teach the students while we're teaching computer science, right? Ideally grade 7, grade 8, or grade 6, we teach these topics to the students. So they should know about it, right? The client server model, right? So this is the concept about client and server, which we teach to students. And this is client, this is server. But practically understanding client server model is a little difficult. We all give a lot of example of Amazon websites, etc., right? But when they have to understand it practically, it becomes a little difficult, right? So this is where robotics is the solution. Okay, let's first complete the concept part. I'll come to the robotic activity a little later. Okay, so packet switching, these are the concepts which the students are studying in computer science. Then the coding concepts. We all are teaching coding to the students, right? Block-based coding. The block-based coding is the best way of introducing coding to the students. Because, this is how students will understand the logic. If we directly introduce text-based coding, it will be a very difficult for junior kids to understand, right? So block-based coding is the best way for the students to understand coding and the logic behind coding. Because at the end of the day, logic is important, right? Syntax, they can easily write. It is just the logic they have to understand, like what is for loop, what is if condition. If they understand the logic, they can write the syntax in any language, right? So these are the coding concepts. Now we'll come up to the thing which I was talking about, like from concept to creation. Now the concepts which we have seen in the previous slide, that is client, server, coding, how we can convert these concepts to creation, right? As I told you, robotics is the best way here to robotic activities is the best way to teach the client server model to the students. Here you can see practically they will understand. Okay, so in the classroom we're just giving example to the students. That example of client, example of server. Here they will see practically. Okay, for example, in robotics activity, we can have these two microcontrollers. Okay, they will just act as, you can see, two computers. Okay, one is just acting as a client computer and the other one is just performing the function of a server computer. So this is what they can practically see, how a client-server model works. They will understand once they do this activity. Okay, so I'm not going into detail in this activity, just briefing you about it, right? So as you can see here, like programming two microcontrollers to establish wireless communication and controlling a motor by transmitting a data packet from server to client. So basically, what will happen here is, first, there should be a connection between the client and the server. Okay, any query? Okay, kindly put your mic on mute. In case you have any query, you can let us know. Okay, so I'll just continue with this activity. Okay, so one will act as a client and the other will act as a server, right? Now, first, there should be a connection between client and server. Okay, now how will that connection happen? So in the robotics activity, what we can do is, this is a part of a robotics curriculum also. So this activity which I am showing it to you is part of a robotics curriculum also. So we have given the detailed activity in our textbooks. Okay, so here first we have to set a password for the server. So that's a very simple block-based coding. I mean, it's not even complex for the students. They just have to perform simple block-based coding and they can program the microcontrollers, right? So first we need to set a username and password for the server. And now whenever we want to connect the client to the server, we will be using the same username and password which we created for the server. So basically the students have freedom to create any username and password for the server, but then to connect the client to the server, they have to make use of the same username and password. Okay, and then through programming, they can test different ways. For example, you know, if there's a connection between client and server, they can print hello in client. So in the microprocessor, there's a display screen. And in the display screen, the message will be printed hello. So they can see that, yes, you know, if the connection is there, I can see that in the client brain, in the client microprocessor, a message is being printed. So in this way, they will understand that, yes, there's a connection between client and server. So in this way, we can perform multiple activities. For example, here you can see the motor. The motor can start rotating if there's a particular connection. So this is how they will do the programming. And that programming is also very simple. It is through block-based coding. We have kept block-based coding so that, you know, students learn the main concept of robotics mode, right? And coding concepts also they will learn. The logic behind coding also they will learn through block-based coding, right? Because I said logic is important, right? Now, here, it's the same thing which I explained to you, right? Same thing is mentioned in this slide as well. Okay, so these are the science concepts related to this activity. Okay, power and energy, control theory. So science integration is there because we are using motor, right? Motor is there, motor is there, microcontroller is there. Motor provides the power. So these are the science concepts they will be learning. So there are many more science concepts which are integrated with this activity. Okay, now another concept which is mentioned in the slide is, you know, so previously we have discussed about the concept of client server coding, right? So in this slide, you can see the concepts such as AI, machine learning, embedded systems. So this is also something which we are teaching the students by, you know, in the computer science subject, right? AI is something which is a must nowadays. We have students should know what is AI, right? So in our computer science textbook, which we are providing to the school, we have added AI chapters specifically for grade 7 and 8. Okay. So first, they should know what is AI, branches of AI. So these are the concepts they are studying in computer science about AI, right? Now, practically applying AI also they are, they're performing some AI-based activities, web-based activities, right? Then machine learning also, theoretically, the students are understanding. Okay. Then we have embedded systems. This is something, again, another terminology students are learning in computer science. Maybe in science as well, right? Okay. Now, how we can convert or how we can teach these concepts through activities. Okay. Again, this is also possible through robotics. I think integrating robotics is the best way here because, see, here the students can practically understand AI, right? So, because they are doing everything from scratch. In robotics, first they will, build their own model. Building a model will not take that much time. It's just they have to attach the parts, and it's a group-based activity. They will be doing it collaboratively. Again, applying 21st century skill. Okay, so from this picture itself, okay, anybody can tell me what you understand? What is this picture, by looking at this picture, what do you understand? Taking into consideration the machine learning concept.
Ma'am, we are giving input to the machine.
Okay, so what inputs are, what input we are giving to the machine? You are correct in identifying that. What
We are
input
showing,
giving to
ma'am,
the machine?
we are showing to the machine our palm.
Okay. Okay.
But, we must give some code.
Yes.
Which reflects the
Yes.
symbol palm.
So there's some programming which has to be done here, right? So first we need to, as we know, machine learning, it's basically first you have to train the computer, right? So we have to first train the model. First the training is done because computer doesn't have its own brain, right? It has to be trained. So first we have to train the model with different gestures. Like, when we bring the palm in front of the web camera, we will tell the computer that it's a palm. So whatever label we will tell the computer to memorize, it will memorize with that name only. Okay, if I tell the computer memorize it with the name of hands, it will memorize with the name of hands only. If I tell the computer memorize it, with the name palm, so it will memorize that any time I show this hand, it will say it's a palm. So whatever name I am asking it to memorize, it will memorize that particular name only, right? So this is a training we have to do. So like we are giving the training that this is a palm. So whenever we show it, it will understand it's a palm and it will do the action accordingly. So whenever it finds, it finds that it recognizes the palm, we can ask the model to change its position or to change its, direction accordingly. We can ask it to move forward. We can ask it to turn left, right, and so on. So it's a very simple activity to, and the best activity to understand AI. So this is also one of the activities in our robotics curriculum, which next education is offering. Then machine learning with robotics. So as I told you, it's like students are building everything from scratch. They're creating their own model, right? So there are different materials. These materials we are providing in our robotics kit, which we are offering to the schools. Okay, these are just simple materials. They just have to join the materials and create the model, right? So in the activity books we are providing for robotics, we have given the detail of we have given everything in detail, like objective of the activity, the materials required, how much quantity of material will be required, and stepwise instruction, everything is mentioned. Plus, we are providing audio-visual modules as well. Okay, so here, when they're actually gathering the material, so what is mentioned in this slide is that the steps are mentioned when the students are gathering the material. Okay, when we are building the robot, the very first method is they have to gather the materials. And they have to find out how many materials they will be requiring, right? Now, while gathering the material, what concepts will be involved? One is mathematics, right? For the how much quantity of materials will they require? Mathematic concept is there, right? That engineering concepts is there, like, to build the model, for tightly fitting the components, I will be requiring nuts and bolts. Right? To keep the model balanced, I will be requiring caster wheel. So these are the engineering concepts. Then project management, that is the planning part. Then critical thinking, students will think critically, like, what materials will be required to build this model. So that, model is built properly. It's tightly fitted. It moves properly, right? They have to critically think about it, right? Now, the second step is building the robotic model. Now, while building the robotic model, as you can see, students will be joining the parts with the help of nuts and bolts. It's a group-based activity, so it's very simple for the students to complete on time, right? So now what concepts they will be learning, right? So one is physics of motion, because, here we are building a model, a moving model. So they will understand the physics of motion. They will learn about electricity and circuits, because we are using the microcontroller. We are using the motors. Then mechanical design they will learn about, right? Then the control systems like microcontroller we are using to control the robot. Okay, so the programming has to be done to the microcontroller, because microcontroller is just like the CPU. It is just like the CPU of the computer, right? It is like the brain of the robot. So all the programming has to be done to the microcontroller. Okay. Then the measurement, that is the mathematical concept. Then the next step is training the model. Once you have built the model, then we are training the model. So this is based on the AI-based activity, right? So training and testing the model. So first you have to train the model that, yeah, whenever I show a palm, it's a palm. You have to remember that it's a palm. When I show a thumbs up, you have to remember it's a thumbs up, right? And then we can test the model also. Test it, like whether it has properly memorized the gestures or not, right? And the concepts involved during the training phase is AI and machine learning, because we are training the machine to learn. So the concept of AI and machine learning is involved in training and testing the models. Then the steps involved in the activity, like programming has to be done, right? So here the concepts involved are algorithm, because they will be giving stepwise instruction to the robot, right? Control structures, variables are being, concept of variables are being used in this program, data types, etc. Because they are making use of different data types. They are making use of variables. Okay. So here it is string data type. This is not a complete program. Okay, these are just a screenshot of few steps. So in the entire program, variables are being used. Also other coding concepts, right? Okay. Then machine learning with robotics, they will be understanding the science concept also. Okay. So there's science integration as well in this activity. So these are just sample hands-on activities on robotics. Okay. Now, hands-on activity is like, building a working lever. These are the hands-on activity. I think when I just started with the session, we discussed the very, I think, first 3 slides. There was a table, right? In that table, a lot of hands-on activities were mentioned based on a particular concept. Okay. So these are simple hands-on activity without the integration of robotics. And these are the activities using the same concepts, with integration of robotics. Okay. So here the hands-on activities are like building a working lever, building a pulley or inclined plane from classroom materials. Okay, so here the students can actually create a pulley crane robot. They can see how the pulley is working. Okay, by programming the microcontrollers or with the help of a manual remote control. Then the second hands-on activity, create cardboard shapes. I think in the earlier slides we have discussed about it. So create cardboard shapes and measure area using graph paper, right? So there is a calculator robot which the students can create. So we can program the robot and it can perform the calculation. So detail of all these activities are available in our robotics activity booklet, which Next Education is providing. Okay, so here's a robotic model. Okay, I'll just play this video. Do you want me to play again? Okay, I'll play this again. Carefully. So what is the observation on this video?
Edge detection.
Yeah, so that is edge detection, right? So once it detects the edges, it changes its direction. I'll show it again. See, once it is detecting the edges, it's changing the direction. So there are so many activities on robotics. This is just one example, but there are other activities as well. The color detection, and object detection, and so on. Yeah. Right? Okay, so ma'am, you have correctly pointed out it's based on edge detection. Okay, so now can you tell me the different concepts which are involved in this robotics activities? We have so many concepts involved, right? You all have seen the model moving, the model functioning, right? So what are the different concepts involved in this activity?
Sensors, IR sensors.
Okay, sensors are being used. Yes. So the sensors are basically detecting the edges, right? It is actually detecting whether there's an edge or not. If there's an edge, it will keep on moving. If there is no edge, that means the robot can fall. So we can program the robot to change the direction. Okay. Any other concept? Any science concept which is integrated in this activity? We have multiple concepts being integrated in this activity. We have the concept of motion, right? Then we have the concept of
Friction.
friction. Perfect. Perfect. So many concepts. Yeah. Go on. Friction is perfect. Then what all concepts are there? Sensors is one concept which ma'am has already mentioned, right? Then coding concept. Yes, I think you've. Okay, mechanical concept. Okay, it's a motor, speed of the robot. Perfect. So in this way, we can have multiple concepts linked to the robotic activity. So when the students are actually performing robotics-based activity, they can learn a lot of concepts and they can understand the practical application of each of the concept, right? As in middle, when I was explaining the robotics activity, I already mentioned, right? Next Education is providing robotics robotic product, right? So we are providing robotic kits plus the activity booklet. So activity booklet are grade wise and each grade has a set of 12 activities. It starts from grade 3 till grade 8. Okay, so we are providing the kit as well along with the booklet. So this is the features of our next STEM curriculum. Okay, our next STEM curriculum includes the computer curriculum, okay, then the robotics curriculum, and it has maths and science integration. For the STEM curriculum, as I told you, the STEM curriculum of next education includes the computer curriculum and the robotics curriculum, plus it has science and maths integration, right? For the computer curriculum, we are providing computer science textbooks, okay, and the concepts are integrated with the concept of robotics, like I showed you in one of the slides, right? The client server. Client server concept is explained in grade 8. And in grade 8 robotics booklet also, the client server activities there. So there's an integration. Okay. So this is another product. This is a computer science book with robotics activity booklet. So this we are providing for grades 3 to 8. So there's a robotic kit also, which is a part of the STEM curriculum. So this is combo 1. This also includes the coding booklet, Code Explorers, so that students can, explore more activities on coding. Okay, so it has a computer science curriculum with a coding booklet and a robotics activity booklet. That's combo 1. Okay. So here the computer science book is IT Foundation. For combo 2, the computer science book is Computer Science Foundation. So these are all the products which we are offering. Any queries? Hope you all enjoyed the session.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
I'll just share the feedback form. Just give me a second. In the meanwhile, in case you have any queries, you can you can ask verbally or you can ping on chat. It's good to know you all enjoyed the session. I've sent the feedback form. Please let us know in case you're not able to find the same. Yeah, thank you all of you for your cooperation. It was wonderful interacting with all of you. And thank you for wonderful ideas. We have all learned a lot. So there are a lot of schools who are using our products. And our students have created a lot of, models. So you can see there's one creation by some of the students of a school. Okay. They followed, they refer to the activity in the robotic booklet, but then, while creating the model, students have that curiosity, like, they wanted to add more elements to their robot. So this is how they treated that cardboard robot. So this is how the students' creativity thinking skills increases, right? So activities are designed in such a way so that, students can think creatively. They would like to extend the model. They would like to add more features to the model. So these are all, you can see, are happy students. The schools who are using our STEM products. Students are happy creating the robotic products. We give teacher training to the schools as well. So before, just after the school purchases a product, we conduct teacher training sessions that, we train the teachers on how to build a robot. And, we also train them on our
Ma'am,
book
sorry to
content.
interrupt you.
Yes, yes.
I have a doubt. Can I just know, like, how will we be receiving the certificate?
It will be shared to you via mail.
Via mail. So we have to just fill the
Once
feedback form and that's it.
Yes, you have to fill the feedback form.
Nothing else to be done, ma'am?
No, that's it. Just fill the feedback form. And
Thank you so
will
much,
get the
ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, where is the feedback form?
I've shared the link on chat. Can you check it? Can you check it? In-call messages?
Inbox.
I've pinned the message also.
I tried to check. I'm not getting because I logged out. I'll go to the
I
mode.
have already sent just now. Okay, just check.
Okay, Snehanjani ma'am, you are there.
Yes, ma'am, I'm there, ma'am.
You have mentioned, no, how can we get your products? So, ma'am, in the feedback form, kindly share your email ID or contact details. Okay, so
Sure, ma'am, I have shared,
information
ma'am.
to you. We'll share the information to you. Please mention the feedback form that you want to know about the products.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, sir.
Ma'am, I'm unable to see chat box. Like, I don't know, using first
Have you
time.
joined through phone?
No, through my laptop.
Okay. So, ma'am, sir, can you see the message icon on the right side of your screen at the bottom? If you hover over it, it will be mentioned chat with everyone. Can you see that?
Chat with
Thank you so much, Sindhuja ma'am. Thank you all for your wonderful ideas you've shared during the session and we had a lot of interactive session. Yeah. Yeah, sir, you are able to see it?
No, ma'am. Sorry, but I'm not able to
Sir,
check.
at the bottom of the screen, can you see that message icon?
Getting it.
At the bottom of the screen, are you able to see the message icon?
There's a call back button, then maybe
To know about it, Sneha ma'am. Okay. Yes, sir.
Oh, ma'am.
Sir, it will be great. Okay. Okay. Can you share your screen once? Is it possible?
No, ma'am. Sorry.
Okay. Then how can that be great? I would have validated you.
I can see the
Okay.
people here. Then
Okay.
there's meeting detail. Then there's a chat with everyone. Okay.
Yeah, there you have to click. Yeah. Can you see the feedback form now?
This is Shruti Adhikari. This is Google.
Yeah.
This one.
The next from next education also there's a link. You're able to see the pinned message, no?
This is HTTPS talk. This one Google.forms.
Google.com forms. Yes, this one's.
Slowly. Okay, this is the feedback form. Okay, got it. Thank you so much.
So,
I'll fill it up.
Awesome.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, don't you all have any webinar on, let's say, I'm from commerce background.
Okay.
But, this, you all are only doing regarding this, what do you call it? Either it's a science students, for the science student, beneficial or English. So something from commerce background students, from 9 to 12.
You can mention this in the feedback form.
Okay, I'm trying.
Whatever is the feedback, and you mention in the feedback form. Like topic you want us to take up in the next set of sessions, you can mention in the feedback form, teacher.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening.
Savannah,
This
ma'am?
is Rima Max Manual.
Yeah, Rima, ma'am. Yes. Tell me.
Yeah, I want to know one thing that shall we get a certification for this training?
You'll get a certificate, ma'am. Once you fill the feedback form, we'll email
All
you
right.
the certificate.
All right. The feedback form is available in the chat box or somewhere?
It's there in the chat. I've shared it. Can you check?
Okay, okay. Let me
You can
check.
see in the pinned messages. I've shared it. I've pinned it.
All right. I got the link. All right, ma'am. I'm doing.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, Divya, ma'am.